What's going on, everyone? CJ back here with another episode of the Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise. Historic day for the city of Houston as we play our last home game at NRG Stadium. That's right, this is our last stand. The Texans bid farewell to their old home because here in about 2 weeks, we are no longer going to be the Houston Texans. We have relocated this team to a brand new city. The city of Houston witnessed this back on December 15th, 1996, when the Houston Oilers played their last game. It was a loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Houston Texans were then founded October 6, 1996. And today, on this day in history, January 27th, 2023, a National Football League team will again be leaving the city of Houston. So if you're new to this channel, if this is your first time here, please stick around. We're having a blast. This is a Madden 23 Cupcake Relocation Franchise, which means we took the Houston Texans, which were already the worst team in Madden 23. We stripped their roster. We signed the worst possible free agents that you could think of. And as you could see by our 4-11 record, we've been trudging along this season. We've been slugging it out. We've been terrible, okay? But it's been fun, and the goal of this series is to relocate the Texans to a new city. Not going to say who it is today. If you're new to this channel, go back and watch some of the other episodes because they're pretty good, and you can find out where we're going and what the Houston Texans are going to be next year. So that's the concept of this series. We're having a blast. The offseason vastly approaching, and we are going to have our first chance to make this terrible team hopefully actually semi-decent. So last week, we squared off against our AFC Division South rival, Tennessee Titans. As you can see from the box score here, it was not pretty. Something happened in that game that I would rather not talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it anyways. We got the single game rushing record broken on us for the second time this season. So here is what the rushing record used to look like. And here's what the rushing record currently looks like after last week. So that's right, Derrick Henry, the king himself, King Henry, put up, get ready for this, 367 rushing yards in a single game. And he found the end zone 5 times. It was just impossible to bring him down on first contact, second contact, third contact. He was just running amok on us. Ryan Tannehill only with 57 yards, and he only completed 5 passes, but he only attempted 9. He didn't have to really do anything because Derrick Henry was just doing whatever the heck he wanted from the opening quarter, from the opening whistle, all the way until the end of the game. Our defense, guys, has just let us down big time. We are allowing another record, 37.5 points per game on defense. I don't care who you are. I don't care how high-powered your offense is. You're not going to win football games if you're allowing almost 40 points a game. It's just impossible. So the offseason's coming up, and that is going to be, obviously, based on the numbers that you see in front of you, probably our biggest focus. We have to improve this defense because if we're allowing 40 points, like I said, we're not going to win games. And you know, we have some interesting prospects here. I think I'm really going to go after Jalen Burnett, the defensive tackle from Vanderbilt. He appears to be one of the best defensive linemen in the class. He has great moves, decent athlete, but he has A, power moves, he has B, finesse moves. And the running game specifically has been our kryptonite this season. We have allowed so many yards. I care not to speak about it any further. And running game all starts with the defensive line. So I really think that Jalen Burnett is going to be on our team next year. Also, linebacker Alan Schmidt. This guy is pretty interesting. He's a run stopper archetype, which is nice as it is. But if you look at his skills, he's got C to D man coverage and B zone coverage with things like B block shedding, A play recognition, A tackling. I think he could be a huge contributor on defense. So defense is probably going to be our #1 focus. I mean, let's be honest. Every single position on this team needs work and needs focus. Yes, I know that, but it all starts with the defense, I think. So with the off season coming up here in a couple weeks, I want to let you guys know how we're going to approach that and what the rules are going to be. So In the offseason, we can sign one player that is a 90+ rated overall player. We can sign two players who are between 80 and 89 rated overall. We can sign four players who are between 70 and 79 rated overall. I don't want to go out there and just spend all of our money and sign all these great players and turn us from cupcake to contender, if you will, in one season. That wouldn't be any fun. So we're going to slowly, build the blocks, and we're going to slowly put the pieces of the puzzles together. So those are the rules for the offseason. One signing of a player 90+ overall, two signings of a player 80 to 89 rated overall, and four signings of players between 70 to 79 rated overall. I also will note that we also have 2 first-round picks. We have a second, don't have a third. We gave that up in the Tony Pollard trade earlier in the season. We have a second, a fourth, a fifth, and 2 7ths. So I could be looking to also try to acquire some more draft picks, maybe trade away some of our future picks. We have a couple players that could have decent trade stock. So hard to say, but it's going to be a fun offseason. I can't wait. I can't wait to get better. I can't wait to start winning some games. We're taking on Jacksonville this week. Let's go ahead and hop right into the weekly strategy. We already played them once this season, obviously, and I'm going to keep we're going to do half pads. No, we're going to do full pads. Full pads split. I want to try to get as much experience and boost as possible. And of course, with Trevor Lawrence under center, I think defending the deep pass is a-okay with me. As far as defense, this man Josh Allen, when we played the Jacksonville Jaguars earlier in the season, he just had a field day. He had something like 3.5 or 4 sacks or something like that. So, I think that today is going to be a healthy dose of double teams on Josh Allen, and probably also using Tony Pollard in the blocking game as well. But I think we're going to do throw it deep as our focus for the game plan here. Let's get 2+ passing touchdowns. I like that. Let's allow less than 24 points. Our defense is due for a big game. 350+ offensive yards. We did that last week. I see no reason why we can't do it again. And let's win the turnover battle. Turnovers have been something that has plagued us all season. Cam Newton has probably over 20 interceptions now, I would say, and we got to get better with that. Last game at NRG Stadium, guys. Let's give the fans something to remember. Let's give the fans a W. We got a couple upgrades here, it looks like. Let's see if that's anybody worth noting. Not really. Porter Gustin does play pretty well for us, so I think that we will. Let's get one into run stopper. We just talked about how we need to increase our defense when it comes to stopping the run, so let's get Porter Gustin a little bit better in that area. And I don't really care about the other two. We'll just let the CPU handle them. So yeah, guys, like I said, last game at NRG Stadium here. Let's give the fans something to remember us by. They're going to be showing out. They're going to be in attendance, even though we're deserting them for the second time. I'm sure the fans are still going to be there. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to tell the grandkids about. Let's get a freaking W. Let's get down to NRG for the last time. We're going to have to find an answer for Trevor Lawrence. Last time we played the Jaguars earlier in the year, we missed a game-tying field goal from Justin Rohrwasser that would have sent it into overtime. So Lawrence already coming out empty to start this thing out. Obvious passing situation. And there is Evan Ingram, the tight end, catches it. But let's check the penalty.
Personal foul.
All right, well, roughing the passer already. So not a great way to start. And Ndamukong Suh, plenty of those in his long and illustrious career. And just like that, Jaguars already moving the chains, so not good. ETN in the backfield now with Trevor Lawrence. Bunch to his left. He's going to drop back and just throwing that to the cameraman. No intentional grounding, though. Nobody even in sight. Travis Etienne was kind of out there, but that was just a loft into the stands. Not really sure what was going on there, but nonetheless, that's going to make it second down here. Now Lawrence going to operate out of the single back. We're going to try to send a little bit of pressure at him. It is going to be a passing down, though. There's Evan Ingram again. Landon Collins wraps him up, but not until the former New York Giant was able to move the chains. 1st and 10 now, ball right past midfield at the 37-yard line. Trevor Lawrence and his troops moving this thing with relative ease, and that is going to be a give to James Robinson. Almost had him for a huge loss, but we'll settle for a pickup of 1 as Ty Summers was able to wrap him up there. We have not been able to stop feature backs. That has been our Achilles heel in this Cupcake franchise. Running backs have had career days. Of course, Nick Chubb broke the rushing record on us, and several weeks later, man, Lovie Smith's got some ashy elbows there. I just realized that. You need to get some lotion, my man. But elbows aside, as I was saying, just, running backs doing whatever they really want to in pretty much any game. Lawrence going to drop back to pass here, and he has James Robinson wide open. Where's our defense? Where is our defense? Landon Collins was able to make the touchdown-saving tackle, but James Robinson looks like he might have been on kind of like a wheel route there coming out of the backfield, and there was just nobody on him. See if we can pull out a defensive stand for the ages. Lawrence going to come out I form with Ryan Nall and James Robinson behind him, and someone just got pancaked there. Just got served up a healthy dose of pancakes, IHOP style. And James Robinson able to walk into the end zone off of the pitch. All right, so not a great opening drive for our defense. However, if you've been watching this series for any length of time, you should be accustomed to that by now. And today is no different. So what is our offense going to have in store for us? Offense was tough last game. Couldn't really get the ground game going. A big return from JoJo Natson would be nice, but kick returns are very difficult in this game. Cam Newton now in the negative for touchdown-interception ratio. Of course, we threw 5 of them bad boys last game, and that's not going to get it done. So Cam Newton, 20 TDs, 22 interceptions this season. Got a lot of yards, so I guess that's good. And I think today the focus is going to have to be on Josh Allen. Lots of double teams, probably going to have to use Pollard more in some blocking situations because Josh Allen had his way with us last time we met. So we're going to drop back, and there's D.D. Westbrook open in the middle of the field, sits down on it, picking up 9. Good way to start this thing off. This is your first time watching. I tend to use coach suggestions, I would say maybe about 70-75% of the time. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I try not to just use a bunch of overpowered plays because that's no fun. As Tony Pollard moves the chains on a pickup of 3. I got some plays that I do like, that I go to in certain situations, but for the most part, I try to keep it on coach suggestions, just the FYI if you're new. So now we're going to come out in the I form. Going to continue to throw double team blocks on Josh Allen. I think that's the way to go. Let's check this thing down to the fullback, Johnny Stanton, but we didn't have time. I probably held onto the ball there too long. I'll be the first to admit. I was kind of watching Sanu on that post route, that corner route. I didn't like what I saw. We had Johnny Stanton open, but I held onto the ball too long. So 2nd and 10 now. There's Dede again in the middle of the field, picking up a gain of about 5 they say. So now our defense is going to be faced with a early 3rd down situation, 3rd and 5. Don't want to give this ball back to Jacksonville. Definitely not. Want to try to find a way to pick this up. So we'll drop back here and kind of like Bobo Wilson. Nope. Yeah, I didn't like any of our routes there. I'm debating. No, we're not going to go for it. Not this early. Not this early. Don't want to give the ball back to Jacksonville in this amount of plus territory. That would spell disaster, I'm sure. Big turnover here would be nice. Got to get something to get our defense fired up because I'm sure they're still hanging their heads after that showing from last week. So drive number 2 from Jacksonville. Let's see what this will yield. First drive yielded points. And this time it's going to be a give to Robinson, but Jeremiah Adeocho was there to wrap him up. Number 9 in the backfield was there to stop him for no gain. The 8-year vet from Georgia Tech, he's played okay for us. We've called his name, I can recall, in several situations. So now 2nd and 10, probably going to be a passing situation, you would think. Trevor Lawrence going to come out with James Robinson behind him, and it will be a passing situation. Just going to be a little screen to Robinson. Javon Hargrave was there to wrap him up for only a gain of 1. So far, defense looking a lot better on this possession than we did last time. Let's see if we can get our defense off the field. Let's see if we can give them a nice, well-needed rest. Should be a false start, probably, from Jacksonville, which is definitely going to help. It is. Nice. Don't see the false starts too often. Got to find a way to make this stop here, guys. This is how games are won and lost, my friends. Lawrence rolling out. He has nobody, just going to throw it away. Oh, I thought we almost got a roughing the passer call there. That would have been devastating. You may have seen a 32-year-old man cry if that would have happened. Logan Cook going to boot this thing away, and now we have a little bit of room to return this, potentially. Pollard juking. Don't fumble. Do not fumble, Pollard. I will bench you with the quickness. Yes, I will. 2nd and 10 here. I think we're going to operate out of the single back. Got to pick this thing up here, guys. This is very important. And there is Ricky Seals-Jones, but again, we have no time. So this is what we were faced with last time we played Jacksonville. Josh Allen was just there in the backfield. We never had any time, could never get anything going. And that is why we weren't able to win that game. It was, obvious and apparent. So hopefully we can change that here. That would be nice. Got to pick this up. We're going to come out empty. And there is JoJo Natson, and that's a catch. Wow. I was just about to say that was a bad pass by Cam Newton, but JoJo Natson was able to pick that thing up. The 5-year man from Akron, Ohio, my hometown. And there we had Trayvon Walker, it looked like, coming in hot. Jaguars' #1 overall pick. But that was a great catch by JoJo Natson, and that was huge, guys. We needed that. That's a big momentum shifter. Did not want to get off the field, especially since Jacksonville graced us with such good field position. And we don't have to. Our offense will live to fight another day. So, 1st and 10 here from Jacksonville's 36. Going to give this thing to Pollard. Pollard has a little bit of speed, trying to cut to the outside. Still going to be a healthy pickup of 8. And now a big 3rd down here. So we got to find a way to pick this up, guys. Got to find a way to make this happen. Against all odds, we're going to put Westbrook on a little flat route there. Drag route. Not sure what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I like Bobo Wilson. Give it to him with the pass lead. Free-form completion. I threw that ball about 2 seconds after we got the snap because I saw Josh Allen was there. Figured he was going to be blitzing. That was actually Trayvon Walker on that side that time. That ball needed to be released with the quickness, and it was. Just a humongous hole there in the middle by the center and the right guard. Got to try to expose that. We will. That was just too easy. I mean, Jacksonville had nobody on the D-line there, and Pollard was able to walk in virtually untouched. So very good. We tie this score. Our defense had a good drive. Our offense had a good drive. Couple of key moments, and Justin Rohrwasser going to boot this thing up, and now we got 7s at the top of the scoreboard. But that's going to be your first quarter. Pretty good outcome, I would say. 7-7, all things considered. We're pretty close in terms of yardage. Jacksonville has the edge on us slightly, however. But we've seen much worse. Last week in Tennessee, Derrick Henry had 120 yards in the first quarter. Oh, yeah. I'm not making that up, guys. Travis Etienne now looking a little gassed. And that's going to be a sack from number 52, Jordan Evans. Hello. Jordan Evans has had a pretty decent season for us, all things considered. He's been a pretty key contributor. He's got a couple sacks. He's got an interception. And he just introduced the former Clemson Tiger there to NRG's turf. The last time that we're going to be introducing quarterbacks to the turf here at NRG. So let's let Trevor Lawrence spend a lot of time there today, right, guys? 2nd and 19 now. Lawrence coming out shotgun. And that's going to be a catch and a completion. That was, well, not a completion. I'm sorry. That was going to be Zay Jones there on the sideline, but he wasn't able to hold that onto that thing. Wouldn't have mattered anyways. But obvious passing situation now. 3rd and 19. Got to try to get him off the field again. 2 defensive stands in a row would be huge. That's going to be a flag. Do not let that be roughing the passer, please. Intentional grounding or something. I'll take a holding. That's fine. 2 straight punts? Are you freaking kidding me? I'm not sure we've seen that this season, guys. If you've been watching the series, let me know down there in the comments. Have we forced 2 punts in a row? Pollard just shaking men. I see jock straps on the field because Pollard just shaked a couple guys out of his jock there. But I don't think we've seen back-to-back punts yet, have we? I mean, if we have, maybe it's been, once or twice, but I really don't think so. But nonetheless, we force a punt again. Going to continue to throw double teams on Josh Allen as much as we can. And also use Pollard as an extra blocker. Doesn't matter because we're going to be dropped there again. That was Dwayne Smoot, the left end. Even if we double team Josh Allen, which is smart. That is a smart thing to do. Even if we double team Josh Allen, I mean, we're still going to have to account for the rest of the defensive line and the rest of the linebackers. So I'm not really sure what we do there in that situation, other than hope and pray and make sure we're stocked up on the Vaseline. So 2nd and 20 now. That's Bobo Wilson open. Nobody guarding him there. Wow. Open down the seams. There was nobody there within 5 yards, I would say, of Bobo Wilson. And we led him away from the only defender that really could have made a play there, and Bobo Wilson with a huge conversion. Okay, so we came out verts, but I may want to audible this into some slants. I feel like we're going to get pressure, and if we can get rid of this ball quickly, we could have a good result. And there's Sanu. Tried to lob it over the head of the defender, but it's going to be Trey Herndon.
I feel like we're going to get pressure. And if we can get rid of this ball quickly, we could have a good result.
I thought we had Sanu there. I thought we could have lobbed it over the shoulder of Trey Herndon, but I don't know. I guess I bullet passed it. I wasn't trying to, but I guess I did. Nonetheless, got to shake it off and play defense. Lawrence just slinging it to trying to give the ball to some lucky fan there at NRG Stadium to take home with them. And Lawrence kind of not really too accurate to start this thing, I wouldn't say. He's going to come out shotgun again. Going to be a fake to James Robinson, and he has a receiver wide open in the middle of the field, but he dropped it. Oh my God, that was Zay Jones, number 7. We just got lucky as all get out. That's not going to happen too much. So now 3rd and 10 again. Lawrence content to stay in this empty shotgun formation. Going to drop back to pass. He has a man there, Travis Etienne, but he's not able to pick it up. Janoris Jenkins brought him down 2 yards shy of the sticks. And now, what does Jacksonville do? What will Doug Peterson call here? I can see him going for this. He is going to go for it in a goal line. 0 wide receiver formation. Not quite sure I agree with that decision. Do we run commit here? I don't think we do. It's too risky. Could be a play fake. Instead, it's going to be James Robinson. Going to be dropped for a loss by Quincy Roche. I like the play call to go for it on 4th and 2. However, I do not like the formation, and I do not like the pitch play at all. I don't think that was a great play call. 1st and 10. Going to try to hit him with some play fake, some play action. There's Ricky Seals-Jones trying to lob it. Why can't I lob this thing, man? I feel like every pass is a bullet pass. I'm trying to tap on some of these buttons to possibly do a lob or a touch pass, and it's just not working too well. So now 2nd and 10. And I like Sanu there. Good catch. Sanu going. Sanu breaking, not breaking contact, but slipping contact. And look at that. He's going to dive to the end zone. Mohamed Sanu. Welcome, my friend. He's had a quiet season. Got to go give some love to these fans at NRG because you're not going to be giving love to him anymore after this game. Mohamed Sanu going to give all the love in the world, and we're going to go up by 2 scores, just like that. I just thought that, I liked the way that Mohamed Sanu read his route there, and I was trying to just get him, 10, 12 yards, but the corner, Tyson Campbell, just mistimed it, misjudged it, completely missed Sanu. Sanu going to dive into the end zone and give these fans something to celebrate here. Don't know why I called the quarter blitz. I don't like that decision at all. Don't know why I did that. Lawrence dropping back here, and wow, he's got a receiver, Zay Jones, just wide open on that wheel route. There was nobody there. Clinton Dix making the touchdown-saving tackle. That was too easy. 2nd and 6 here. Lawrence just living in this shotgun formation. That's kind of what he does, though. He is a shotgun pocket passer. There's Danny Shelton, able to get to Lawrence. Our defense must have heard those comments at the beginning of the game because these boys are fired up here today. Another 3rd and long situation for the Jaguars. Bear in mind, too, that we do get the ball back after halftime as well. Lawrence going to drop back here, looking for a play, and Janoris Jenkins was there to bring down Evan Engram. This should be a long field goal with Mason Crosby, but this is going to be a tough one. Going to be about a 54-yarder, it looks like. Definitely not easy. Mason Crosby, the longtime Packer, is going to boot this thing through. So, good drive all in all for Jacksonville. I'm sure that Doug Peterson is not upset with that at all. So 1st and 10 here now. Pollard trying to kick it to the outside. He does. There's a good gain. We got a nice block, and we were able to juke him, and Pollard picks up 20 on that play. That was huge from Tony Pollard. And I think we'll let this thing tick down to the 2-minute warning. So here's the current state of affairs in NRG. We're up by 4. 2 minutes to go until halftime. We're driving. We get the ball back after halftime. And we're going to try to get Pollard some more touches here and see if we can get him going on a little screen pass. Got to make sure we get this ball off. We do. And Pollard has tons of space. Looks like he was able to get out of bounds too, I believe. So the clock will stop. Probably should have had more. If that's a screen in real life, that's going to easily pick up probably 20, 25 yards. But in Madden, as soon as you hit somebody on a screen there, it's like the entire defense just gets the alert, Metal Gear Solid alert over their head, and they start closing on the ball carrier. But that's okay. See if we can keep going with Pollard on a little draw play. We had some space in the middle, but Everson Griffin, who's playing in this game, not playing in real life, of course, but he was able to make the stop. Now, we're going to have to bring Pollard over, block him, because I can already see Josh Allen getting over here quick. And I like Sanu again. There we go. Muhammad getting the ball early and often here in NRG. Love to see a big gain from him because he hasn't really had too many this season. Not as many as you would like, at least. So now let's go ahead and double team Allen again. Yes, we are going to continue to do that. And going to drop back. Keep giving it to Sanu for as long as they allow us to. Not going to call a timeout yet. I don't want to leave Lawrence and his guys with too much time. Let's draw a play with Pollard, move the chains, and then we'll probably call a timeout. No, he fumbled it. Oh, thank the Lord. Tyrell Crosby was able to fall on that. That would have been terrible. Pollard did move the chains, but then he coughed the football up. Might need to get him some Robitussin because he's coughed the ball up a lot of times this year. We're going to look to probably get Pollard again, but I know we're going to have pressure very quick, so got to be smart with the ball here. Can we fit that in the seam? No, we can't, and it was nearly picked. 16 seconds to go. I would not be terribly upset with a field goal, but I want to find the end zone here, guys. So we're going to drop back. I see Westbrook. He catches it, but Cam was throwing out of the sack. Going to have 8 seconds here. Going to have time for one end zone shot, probably. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I don't like our odds here. I don't. Maybe we can get Westbrook in the corner, but I'm just positive we're going to have pressure very quick. Let's go pick this thing up, though. We're going to give him a chance. Don't intercept it. Okay. Whew. All right. That's okay. I am cool with the field goal. Let me silence myself here so I can make this. Should be a good kick from Rohrwasser, and it will be. I'm not upset with that. We're going to go into the locker room up by 7 and also getting the ball back. I'm sure Doug Peterson just beside himself right now.
Bruh.
Because he's kind of getting ran by the worst defense, the worst team in the league. I should be quiet because we've seen what can happen after halftime. Last week we were up by 4 against the Titans. Derrick Henry had 150 yards, I want to say, and then the final score of that game was 52-21, and Derrick Henry put up about 700 yards. So you be the judge. I need to just keep my wits about me, not talk too much, take care of business, and keep playing the same way that we have been playing. Got to take as much pressure off of Cam Newton's shoulders as possible. Pollard, tons of space. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Tony. You let them know what time it is. Give the fans here at NRG one final hoorah. First and 10 here. Let's see if we can fool them off with some play action. Gonna have to get this ball out quick, though. And I don't like anybody, so we're just going to heave it to Westbrook. I didn't like any of the routes there. And just kind of didn't really think that we were going to complete that pass, but just had to throw it up there. Second and 10 now. We're just past midfield. And I kind of like Sanu on the curl route. Not able to hang on to it, though. It was an early breakup. I did like him on that route, but we weren't able to haul that thing in, and now we're faced with a 3rd and 10. We have converted a couple big third downs in this game, and we're going to need one more here. Don't want to give the ball back to Jacksonville without putting some points on the board. And I actually like Westbrook there. Can we get it to him? He wasn't able to hold on. Are you kidding me? Oh, Didi, my friend, we dropped that thing in the bucket for you. What happened there? He just let it slip through his grasp.
But I can't believe I let you slip. I think about it 7 days a week and this just can't.
Unfortunate turn of events. Should be a good kick from Johnny Townsend, though. Maybe we can pin him back deep. We should be able to. We are going to pin him at the 9-yard line, so pretty good punt. Jacksonville with 81 yards to go, 91 rather. My math skills are not really up to par. And that's going to be a catch and a completion to Evan Ingram. I thought we had a chance to possibly intercept that there with Janoris Jenkins. Trevor Lawrence just kind of lofted that thing in there, but no. 6-year player from Ole Miss was able to haul that thing in and move the chains, so that was a good play. Lawrence able to get out of the shades of his own end zone. So now 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the left. It is going to be a drop back situation for Lawrence, and that's going to be another pass out of bounds. So the cameramen and the paparazzi have had many opportunities to come down with some Trevor Lawrence balls there as
What?
Lawrence just kind of slinging this thing to nobody, but that's going to be a good catch to Marvin Jones Jr., who is making receivers miss. The crafty veteran, been in the league for 11 years, Marvin Jones Jr., picking up big yardage. They would have had Christian Kirk or Marvin Jones. Trevor Lawrence had his pick. Kind of surprised we haven't called Christian Kirk's name yet. He was a big target for Lawrence the first time we met, but I think he's been held without a catch so far this game. Let's keep that going. Lawrence dropping back and off the mark. Ball was intended for Jamal Agnew that time. Cam Newton trying to get these fans fired up at NRG Stadium. They're pretty receptive, I would say. I heard the Houston chants at the beginning of the game, so I guess they're not too butthurt about us leaving. And that is going to be a big catch and a big completion from Jamal Agnew. Caught that thing on the sideline. Didn't have a lot of real estate to operate with. We tried to jump it with Janoris Jenkins, and somehow Jamal Agnew was able to catch the ball and keep his feet down in bounds at the same time. Injury timeout for Jawan Taylor. One thing I do want to mention is somehow I had the injury slider set down to, I think it was like 10. I haven't been messing with the sliders in this franchise, but sometimes when I go into I'll go in and play games to capture thumbnails, and I don't want to get players injured, so I'll turn the injury slider down for that. And I guess I must have done that and forgot to turn it back down because the injury was set down to 10, which is probably why we haven't seen too many injuries. I did fix that, though. It's going to be a sack from Javon Hargrave. So Lawrence now been sacked 3 times, I believe. Javon Hargrave, of course, we acquired him from the Eagles way earlier in the season. He's had a pretty good year. I would say he's been a good acquisition for us. Getting the sack there, and now Trevor Lawrence again in a 3rd and long situation. So can our defense make another stand here? I sure hope so. Lawrence with all day to throw. And he's going to have a receiver. No, that's going to be a perfect timing. User pick from Landon Collins. Got his cookies on that one. Oh, yeah, Landon Collins, man. Haven't called his name too much this year. He was one of our highest rated, might have been our highest rated overall player when we first constructed this team. And I thought that Jamal Agnew might come up with another big play, but no. It's Landon Collins in the end zone picking off Lawrence. So how about this defense, guys? Where has this defense come from? I sure don't know. Because last week was rough. This time our defense came to play. So can we pay it off with some points, though? Weren't able to do that last drive, and got to see if we can do it this drive. So we're going to try to see if we can bounce this thing to the outside with Pollard. Pollard makes a cut, makes a juke, able to pick up about 4. So we'll stay single back formation here, 2nd and 6. And I kind of like Sanu there on the nice curl route. Look at Sanu. Look at my man Muhammad. Muhammad with a bunch of yards after catch this game. Love to see it. He's having a good game. Haven't had a good game in quite some time from him. That was a nice route. Tyson Campbell, the corner, was right there. Sanu caught it. Nice change of direction. And he was able to pick up the first down and much more. See if we can fool him off a play action here again. I know we're going to have some defenders in the backfield probably right away, but I like Chase Allen or Ricky Seals-Jones possibly on this play. And there's big pressure, but it was picked up. Can we get it to Chase Allen? We can with the freeform completion. Oh my, what a interesting sequence that was. Somebody picked up a block there, right? It was Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard had a defender, Aluakon there, coming in hot and heavy, and he just took one for the team. Great pancake block, because if not, Cam Newton would have been sacked back to Kingdom Come. First and 10 here, going to go back to Pollard in the shotgun. Good block picked up there by D.D. Westbrook, but it did converge. Dwayne Smoot was able to make the tackle, but it was a pickup of 5. I can live with that. So now, 2nd and 5 on the 20-yard line. Got to be smart with this ball because you don't want to turn it over. That would be extremely bad. So we'll go ahead and snap this thing here. And I like Chase Allen there coming open out of the flat. Going to be about a yard short. So 3rd and 1. I am confident that our buddy Tony Pollard can pick this up. He's had a good game so far, which is great. He hasn't had a good game in a while. I'm confident he can pick this thing up. If we get a good block, we will, just barely. Pollard was able to get 3, but that is all we needed. And just like that, we find ourselves on the 13-yard line in scoring position. Jacksonville only with 10 points. I can't believe that. That is the most interesting stat line. So we're going to audible this to Pollard. I came out in a passing situation, but I just feel better about the run. Hopefully I'm right. And I will not be right. I could be more wrong. So that's going to do it for the third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, up 17-10. I am just happy that our defense is here. Our defense is clocked in, working overtime. They brought their hard hats to work today. They brought their lunch pail. They're brown bagging it, so to speak. And I love it, guys. I love it. So let's go ahead and bring Pollard over here as an extra blocker. Been doing that all game, and I kind of like what we have yielded from the results. So we're going to drop back, and I like Bobo, but we can't get to it. We're going to be sacked there by Dwayne Smoot. Defensive tackle. That's going to make it 3rd and 16 now. I am not upset about a field goal here. It'll make it a 2-score game. Touchdown would be better, though, so let's try to pick it up. And who is that? Is that Sanu? Oh, Sanu was wide open, man. He was wide open, but the defender got there at the last second to break that up. That was the touchdown that we needed. There we see Sanu. I guess I should have passed, let him down, possibly. Yep. That was Donovan Wilson, the strong safety. Good defensive play. I thought we had 6 there, guaranteed, guys, but that's all right. Now we find ourselves up 20-10 in a good spot, feeling good about our defense, feeling good about our offense, just feeling good all around. So after the Tim Jones conversion now, Lawrence is going to find himself on the 39-yard line, going to drop back, and I don't know what I just did there. I made a huge mistake. That's Jamal Agnew, but I had somebody in the trenches. I was trying to fight through the blocks, and then I switched over to the corner, and I accidentally made him do a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Doing barrel rolls is not going to get you results, guys. So if you have taken anything away from me in this video, it would be do not do barrel rolls on defense. They're bad. Lawrence dropping back here now. Just going to throw it out of bounds. Lovie Smith almost got tackled there by Christian Kirk. Lovie Smith almost had to get put on the injured reserve list. Stop here would be huge, guys. I've been using Porter Gustin in coverage. I think I'll continue to do that. Lawrence dropping back. Not sure who that is. Nope, it's an incompletion. Wow. That was Tim Jones again. So now Jacksonville going to be forced to punt. Defense showing up big time. Big time in this game. They were salty. They were all over the newspaper last week because they allowed Derrick Henry to break the rushing record. They were sick of it. They had enough. They were in the classroom with Lovie Smith. They were watching film all last week. They're playing a heck of a football game. Got to continue to double team the outside there. Is that Josh Allen or Trayvon Walker? That's Trayvon Walker. So where's Josh Allen? Don't know and don't care. Did Josh Allen get injured? I haven't seen him. Maybe that was Josh Allen. Josh Allen's number 41. Okay, that is Josh Allen. I got to make sure. I feel like that was Trayvon Walker there. It is Trayvon Walker. So where's Josh Allen? That's a good question. Not seeing Mr. Allen on the field here. Maybe he's tired? I don't know. He's definitely not on the field in that formation, but we just saw him. So maybe he's tired. Maybe he's gassed. I don't really much care because the less of Josh Allen that I see, the better. So Pollard needs to pick this up for us, and he should be able to. He will, just barely. Got kind of congested there in the middle of the field, but Pollard was able to sort through the garbage, sift through the mess, and he moves the chains. So we are most definitely chewing up valuable clock here. Jacksonville has to find a way to get us off the field, or this could be over. And there's Pollard, plenty of space to operate. Pollard may cross the century mark in this game. He's 5 yards away. We're going to do everything in our power to make that happen. If we pick this up, guys, could very well be the ball game. Let's pick it up. There's Sanu having a game, catch number 8, and that may be the biggest one of the game because that may have sealed the fate for Doug Peterson in this Jacksonville squad. I am just beside myself right now, guys. If you watched the Tennessee game, heck, if you've watched any game this season, you know how bad our defense is. They came to work today. I know I've said it several times. Here's the stage. Jacksonville can stop the clock 3 more times. It's 2nd and 11. If we pick up a first down, game is over. Game probably over anyways, but got to pick up a first down here. Pollard gonna try. Picks up 1. I also, sidebar, really want to get Pollard over the century mark. So we are not going to pass it here. No, we are definitely not. Jacksonville can stop the clock again. I'm okay with punting in this situation because Jacksonville needs 2 scores. And they are probably going to burn a timeout here, barring something crazy like a turnover. Pollard, though, may pick it up. He does. Okay, Tony. I see you, brother. That'll also put Tony Pollard over 100 yards. So we got Pollard over 100 yards. We got Sanu over 100 yards. Our defense has played great. Landon Collins has a pick. Cam Newton has minimized the mistakes. Only 1 turnover. This might be the best our complete, and Pollard's still going. This might be the best our team has looked in terms of a complete unit. So to show our appreciation to the good fans of Houston, Texas, we decided to give them our 5th win of the season, the last time that we'll ever step foot on this field. It almost brings a tear to my eyes, guys. I gotta say, as much as I'm excited to relocate this team and take on a new chapter and hopefully what will become a dynasty, I've actually grown to love this Houston Texans team. I even found myself watching, rooting for them in real life. You know, obviously the season's over now. We're going into the divisional round of the playoffs. But I've grown very attached to this team. It's going to be great to relocate them. But let's take a look and see who showed up and who showed out. So passing, Newton only had 1 interception, 265 through the air. Trevor Lawrence was just not accurate. He was Sam Darnold seeing ghosts out there. Tony Pollard over 100 yards. Love to see that. James Robinson didn't have over 300 yards like Derrick Henry did, so that was great. And receiving, Mohamed Sanu had a breakout game, a $125 through the air. Found the end zone once. Bobo Wilson had a pretty good game. Defense, though, this is where we really left our impression, really left our stamp on this thing. Danny Shelton had a sack. Javon Hargrave had a sack. Jordan Evans had a sack. And Landon Collins had an interception. So that was amazing. I am feeling great. I am just loving what we just saw. It's going to be sad to leave Houston, but at least the last time we were in front of that crowd, we gave them something to talk about, and we'll improve to 5-11 on the years. So our record is terrible. I almost kind of want to lose so we can get the best draft pick, but it is not built in my DNA to lose, guys. I will not be throwing games. I will be trying to win no matter what the circumstances are. Next week, we play Indianapolis, who we played the very first game of the season. I was actually watching that game, and man, oh man, I've gotten much better at recording and editing, not to toot my own horn. The audio sounded really shaky back then, and I really like overall where we're at with this channel. I don't have that many subscribers, but the subscribers that I do have, I really appreciate you guys. I hope that you keep tuning in. I'm going to try my darndest to give you the best possible content that I can possibly do. Maybe one of these days I'll be a big YouTuber like, Bangle and Hurricane. And, I've watched those guys for years. I love them. I'm sure they'll never catch this video, but if you do, shout out to Bangle, shout out to Mr. Hurricane. You guys have been my inspiration. I hope to be like you guys one day and have a huge channel. But anyways, enough of that. I appreciate you guys. This was a fun game. I'm feeling great. I'm going to get right to editing this thing so I can drop it as soon as possible. But thank you guys for checking me out. Next week, last game of the season, and then we are headed to the off season. I cannot wait. So appreciate you guys. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, peace.